So now I'm going to share with you an error and an intervention for that error that one of my students was making when I wrote this CRA. And it looked like this. So the student was struggling with counting using one-to-one correspondence, assigning one number to one object when objects were not placed in a straight line. However, she understood some higher concepts in math from my class, such as simple addition, and the fact that that meant that you put things together, you put objects together or sets together. And so when she was doing that simple addition, this is what her error looked like. She would start with the 4, and she understood that that meant she needed to make a set of 4. And then she would count the objects, movable objects. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, she knew that she needed to make a set of 3. So she would make that and count it out. 1, 2, 3. She also understood that this meant, addition meant that you put things together, that you combine your sets. And so this is what she would do. She would take her sets, she would put them together, and then move them to the last circle of our circle jig. However, the error that came when it was time to solve her equation, this is what she would do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And she would usually stop at 11 or 12. But as you could see, she was not actually counting with one-to-one correspondence. And so when we did the error analysis, what we realized was that she had a hard time first with counting stationary objects. That was more difficult for her. She was more likely to count them more than once if they object more than once if it was stationary. But she also had a difficult time counting objects that were not in a straight line, that were in like this random array that you see here. And so what we did was we taught her how to use the line counter. That was our intervention, and this is what it looked like. So now she would do the same thing she had done before, identify the 4, make her set of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the next digit, it is a 3, make her set of 3, 1, 2, 3. This means addition, and addition means that you combine your sets or you put them together. So she would then push them over to the third circle of the circle jig. And now, because we knew she could count movable objects, she could count them and assign one number to one object, count them with one-to-one correspondence if they were movable, and she could tell how many. We taught her to count them and to use the line counter to solve her equation like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, this student can't write, so what she would then do is she can identify numbers. So she would tell us that the answer was 7. That was how many she counted. And then she would identify the number 7 on a response board. And then either I, one of our paraprofessionals, or one of her peers would then write the answer on her graphic organizer because she wanted the same graphic organizer as her friends. And that is how we worked with her to correct her error. So now she's able to do simple addition.